Garcia, and we're going to be interviewing today. I'm Connor Lee.
And I'm William Liu.
Okay, so
hey guys, how you doing? Sorry. How's it going, guys? Good.
Okay, so our first question is, what is it like being an athletic director, the advisor of ASB, and a history teacher?
You know what? I love my job. You'll never hear me complain about that. I get to see students like you guys in different areas that show their talents, either as a team, in the classroom, and just being selfless in giving their time to help the fellow students have an enjoyable, 4 years on this campus. I love it.
So you're doing the same thing. You have fun with them. It's kind of like you're still a student.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people go to work and they work with adults, and they work in cubicles. And this is probably the only job where hope, in terms of future, in terms of changing lives, is easily seen. Growth is easily seen. Where students come in one area where they don't have confidence, all of a sudden, it only takes that one person or that one activity or that one sense of belonging to totally change the rest of their life. So, absolutely.
Yeah, they're the future. And is it hard dedicating so much of your time at Labatos instead of with your son?
Yeah, it's a daily struggle, to be able to balance my responsibilities at home and here. And the truth is that the decisions, should be easy. Family should always come first. But what makes that happen is I have probably the best wife in the world who's understanding of my commitment, not only at home but here as well. It also helps that the fact that she also came here, so for her is also a sense of belonging. But it's not easy. Sometimes it's 6 days a week. Sometimes it's 13, 14 hours a day. But I think that she sees when I come home, I'm not complaining, I'm not angry, and it leads to an environment at home where I don't take my work home with me, and it affects the rest of the family. Time-wise, yes. But I can always pick up my kid and bring him for an afternoon or an evening here. So, like I said, it has its advantages, disadvantages. Do I miss a lot? Yeah. But hopefully, as my son and my family get older, they'll be able to spend more time with me, where I don't think you'll be able to do that at some other woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of your 3 roles as an athletic director, the advisor of ASB, and a history teacher, which one's your favorite?
I love teaching. Love teaching. I think the reason is in teaching I get a wide range of types of students. I have different backgrounds. In athletics, you see one avenue. It's just that sports part. In ASB, you see a lot of kids who are selfless and dedicated. But those already are the go-getters. Those already are the students who already have a vision for themselves, who have a plan for themselves, that are kind of programmed to go in a certain direction. Once they finish school here. I think in the classroom I get a wide range. I get athletes. I get ASB. I get Renaissance. I have the quiet kids. I have kids who have different interests in music. Shy kids. I have kids who are loud. I have kids who want a sense of direction. I have leaders in there as well. There's such a wide range of them that I enjoy that part more. I enjoy the dynamics of the classroom. I enjoy getting those aha moments, from kids like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't know about that. And it's an environment for themselves where they're, the playing field is pretty much level, and it's just a matter of how hard you want to work. Some kids are athletically gifted. Some kids have a financial background to help them out, home-wise. I think in a classroom, you have the ability to kind of level the playing field, and discussions from a wide range of different points of view, are awesome. And as a result of that, you see these kids who tend to blossom as the year goes on. So.
maybe going like ASB
or maybe, and they open up. That's exactly right. I think what ends up happening is you'll probably see that part of it where they see maybe they want to play sports by talking to someone else in their class, or want to join ASB or Renaissance or a club or something to be part of that. But absolutely, I think the classroom for me is the best.
So having such a major role in this school, how does it feel shifting from a student here to such a big role?
The shift from a student to I guess an adult is it's easy. It's not difficult. There's not another place I'd rather be, another school I'd rather be. And I see students where I was 20 years ago. It's almost about 20 years, give or take, since I've been here. And so I see where I was 20 years and where I didn't receive direction, or where I received support, and I try to fill, whatever gap I can, depending on who I see and depending how the day's going or the year's going. I see you guys as me 20 years ago, so in that aspect, it's a more invested part of my time and want for you guys to succeed.
Okay, so you are known as one of the most popular teachers on campus. What do you think makes you so popular?
To be honest with you, is the fact that I don't stay in four walls. I think the fact that you guys see me out in the hallways, you guys see me at your events, you guys see me, outside of the learning environment, but just to see you guys with your different talents that maybe some, other people don't get the opportunity to see. I see you guys shine in other areas. I don't think it's anything more than that, just taking that interest in you. I see you in the hallways, I'll say hi. I'll have a small conversation with you. And sometimes I think that's kind of what it is, is taking that time to get to know you outside of the classroom environment and what other talents you have that you can share with other people. So, like I said, whether it's a play, a game, a rally, whatever the case may be, a performance, I think that's what it comes down to, is taking the time to see you guys in other avenues. And I think that's why I think, just popular or whatever that you said, I don't think it's that. It's just kind of taking the time to see you guys somewhere else.
I know that one of the ASB Renaissance goals is trying to get more teachers involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everyone's moral gets better because they see teachers like that.
Well, I think part of seeing the school evolve into an environment where you're excited to show up, where people know who your name is or who you are, gives you a sense of belonging. And once we start to push towards that, where people have that sense of belonging, where you walk down the hallway and the teacher and student know what your name is, it becomes more enjoyable to show up and say, hey, you care about me, you know me, and then it just kind of feeds the rest of the school, the rest of the staff, and it becomes a place where other people want to send their kids also. So yeah, absolutely.
So speaking about the school, what do you think are the greatest strengths of Los Alamos High School, and what are some weaknesses?
The strengths are you guys. You guys as students willing to be able to kind of take the chances and show that you have some value to give to this school before you guys leave. The clubs are a huge part of it. Sports are another example of it. I think teachers are great everywhere. I think it's the people that are in that make it. So for you guys, the greatest strength, I think, is you guys and your families willing to kind of trust us, the staff, us, the school, to be able to kind of nurture you guys and kind of get you to that next step, which hopefully is a better life, which hopefully is college or whatever direction you guys want to go in. But it comes down to you guys. If you guys are willing to take the chance to join a club, or any other activity. School is school, no matter where you go. But I think it's you guys willing to kind of do that aspect of it that makes this place special. And the strengths, the weaknesses, you know what? I have to be honest with you. even through the strengths of having that kind of why this place is great, we need more. We need more. You know, we have over 2,000 students. I think probably a little over 1,200 to 1,300 maybe students actually get involved with something, and I would love to have every single student be involved in at least one thing, whether you know, a small role, but at least something that they could connect to also. So I'll be selfish in saying a weakness is that we don't have every student involved in something. So
10 years from now, one of the biggest issues is
yeah, but hopefully sooner.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than 10 years. I'll see.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I'll be 46 years old. To be honest with you, you know, alive is the first one. You know, I would love to be a high school principal by then. I would love that opportunity, whether it's here or another place. You know, I think in 10 years, that's kind of where I see myself. Hopefully leading a school based on my experience here. If it's here, great. If it's not here, then it's not here. But at least take all the great positive things that I have learned over my years of being here, and all the people that I've met, all the mentors that I've had, and molding a school, or if not this school, into you know, a great institution where it changes lives. So yeah, I see myself. That's where I see myself in 10 years. Well, I hope it happens, but that's kind of where I see myself in 10 years.
Okay, so this is our last question for you. And we'll go back a couple of years. So what do you remember most about being a student at Los Altos High School?
My relationships with my friends. You know, I think that was the last time where I remember where things were simple, you know, where there wasn't this idea of I have to do this, or I have to do that, or paying bills, or my actions have a consequence to them, you know. The simplicity of just hanging out at someone's house, you know, going to a game, supporting friends, you know, the simplicity of just being you. I know people think high school's an awkward time or phase where you're trying to figure out who you are. For me, the experience was the relationships that I built, you know, that helped mold me. I think once I got to college, it was more of an individual, where it's on me, you know. And then as I grew up and got married and have a professional life, it's still about me, even though the work is about you guys. But I think my high school years, you know, was a time period where, you know, felt safe. And like I said, that simplicity part where you can just be you. No stress, you know. Back then, probably felt the stress. But looking back, it was probably one of the better years, you know, 3 years. I only spent 3 years here, but one of the better 3 years that I've had. So, absolutely.
Not only themselves, but also similarities.
Those connections, absolutely. You know, it's harder to find that when you get older. I think now with technology, you're able to do that more, but I didn't have Facebook back then. We didn't have MySpace back then. You know, we didn't have texting back then. So you really had to build those relationships face to face. And so, you know, that's the part that I miss, is those relationships that, you know, I've had since I was in kindergarten all the way through, you know, 18 years old in 12th grade. So that to me was you know, what I remember, those relationships with people that I became very close to.
Good. Do you have anything else to add?
No, that's all.
You sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Thank
I guess.
you.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it, Carl. Thank you, William. You guys are fantastic.